Hey guys, I believe everything is working fine, and yeah, I believe I'm audible. So I have also sent a message on Zano India. So that's good, and let me fix some voice issues. Yeah, I guess I am still audible to you guys. Yeah. So um, let me. So this is so buggy. Mm, mm, mm. I think no. But anyway, let's just proceed. This is so bad. Um, how to if I do this? Okay, okay. So that's way better. All right. So I have I'm finally done with all the issues, and we are live on both X and YouTube simultaneously. So which is really good, and let's just proceed. So what's up? This is welcome to the first episode of Zano India podcast, and let's keep it real from the very first second. Most people in India enter crypto thinking that they are completely anonymous. So they think, hey, my name isn't on my public wallet, so nobody knows what I'm doing. It's just a random string of characters. But that's obviously not true. That's a massive lie. If you're using standard chains like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron, BNB, and if you do any transactions, you are doing in a public, uh, your all your transactions are visible on a public blockchain on an explorer, and anyone can just type in or copy paste your address and see your entire financial transactional history along with your current net worth. So they will know what you ate in the morning, where you had your breakfast, what you spend your money on. They could track everything about you if you move to on-chain world in for everyday purpose, for everyday purchases and all. So that's obviously not something you would like to see, I believe. You won't like to, roam around in the streets with a bank statement on your chest so that anyone could see what all transactions you have done over today, yesterday, over the past few years. If you don't know what's why there's an issue, let me give you a few examples. For if you haven't booked a flight, you will see that the flight prices rises once you keep checking on different browsers or different times. You will see that flight prices have increased. That's because they are collecting your data. They know someone is checking for that, so they will take advantage of that. Or if the people know that you have this much money, you brought this much money in their store, so they will not give you price discounts. They will say, hey, this guy, I could extract this much money from this guy or the girl or person, and you they won't give you price discounts and all. So that's obviously not a good thing to have. There are also various other issues like you will be vulnerable to wrench attacks. People or bad criminals will see like this is a potential target and we could extract money from him because he has this much money. I don't have that, and that's obviously a big issue. That's a physical threat to you. So that's obviously not something you would like to have. And yeah, so many people think that public blockchains is private, but it's not like that at all. So that's something you need to be aware of. So if you're new to crypto or if you have thinking like this, I believe 90% people new to crypto things like that. So that's obviously a big issue. Other than that, yeah, so that's why people should be more aware of how crypto works. But what's the solution for this? So that's the second part of today's first podcast, which is privacy on chain. So, how do you obtain privacy on chain? DSs are public and all your transactions are public on major chains like Bitcoin, Ethereum. So, how do you attain privacy? The There has been new blockchains or many uh, leading blockchains out there who have worked on these front, and one of them is the most famous Monero, where their whole blockchain is private and whole blockchain network structure is private from the beginning to the end. But that's limited to just one token, which is Monero itself. There has also been other blockchains mimicking those features, but like Zcash. But the main issue with that it's an optional privacy. Now let me tell you guys a bit more about optional privacy and why that's not the right fix for this. So optional privacy is fundamentally broken if 98% or 90% of the people are not opting for privacy and their transaction are visible, and if only 10% are opting for privacy or 2% are opting for privacy, then those 2% will appear like a sore thumb out of every other person out there, or like a black sheep in the herd of white sheeps. So the purpose of a privacy blockchain just becomes invalid in that case. So optional privacy itself comes with various technical issues like how to ensure that the purpose of privacy is being fulfilled. If purpose of privacy is being fulfilled, if most of the people are not using it in the way it's supposed to. So there are various issues with ethos on that front. Now, one of the founders of Monero, one of the developers who wrote the original Cryptonaut, which is the base structure for Monero, he went on to uh, further create more another blockchain, which was private by default as per the ethos, but it wasn't limited to just one token, just like Monero. It's any token could be minted on this blockchain, and it will be private by default for even stable coins. So that's obviously a big plus. You could mint stable coins, NFTs, tokens. You could create a whole private ecosystem, DeFi ecosystem on top of it, and everything will be private by default. And how it maintains privacy. So there are three layers to each transaction: who sent it, who received it, and how much was sent or what was sent. So there are like three pillars. To hide who sent it, ring signatures are used. So what are ring signatures? Ring signatures is a decoy of users who send the transactions on your behalf. So you will never know who's if I have received some funds or I am sending some funds. My address won't be used. It will be sent via people, the decoys in that ring. So anyone in that ring could sign that transaction, and that's why obviously it's named ring signatures. And I won't be linked to the end user in that scenario. Uh, who received the transaction? The second pillar. How if I receive some funds, how I'm not visible on the Explorer? So there is a concept of stealth addresses. If anyone sends me funds, mathematically the structure is created in such a way that a new one-time disposable stealth address, a new address is generated where the funds are sent by the sender to me, and that's a one-time address. So if I receive like 100 transactions from 100 different people, or 100 transactions from just one single person, those 100 funds, the 100 transactions will be received in 100 different addresses, all owned by me. It's not like these 50 addresses are owned by someone else or something like that. All 100 addresses are owned by me, and I have a like uh, I have the private keys obviously with me because I created the wallet, so I will have the private keys, and from those keys I will be able to unlock and use those funds. And the application obviously makes it easier to uh, combine all those funds in at one place, and I will see the total balance amongst all those 100 addresses. So that's how stealth addresses work. And so we covered the pillar one, which is the receiver, how funds are sent, and we covered the pillar two, how funds are received anonymously. But let's also talk about the pillar three, the final pillar of making transactions private on Zano. So the final pillar is bulletproof plus logic and pedestrian commitments. So there's a logic where there's a concept of confidential assets where every transaction minted on Zano on the blockchain. Zano is the blockchain. On that blockchain is private by default, and it's also indistinguishable. So if I send one stable coin or one token, no matter what they are they are worth, if I send it uh, one stable coin here or one token here, they will be indistinguishable on the Explorer. So people won't be able to identify, hey, he sent this asset of this much worth, or this another asset of this much more worth to that address. So this is that's the concept, and that's the concept of pedestrian commitments. And bulletproof logic is bulletproof plus logic is to ensure that there isn't any negative balance, to ensure that the supply is fixed supply is uh, that the token supply is as per the public announcements, as per the public figures, and not something behind the scenes where the people have minted more tokens and and the users aren't aware about that. So there is nothing like that. So to remove that issue raised by users, bulletproof logic concept is used. So these two concepts hides the type of asset and the amount of and the value of asset being sent between the sender and receiver. So who sent the asset, who received the asset, and how much was sent or what kind of asset was sent is hidden by default, in this blockchain, and that blockchain is obviously Xano. Xano has been in this on mainnet since 2019, so it has been for like 7 years now. It has been live for 7 years now, and there have been various upgrades to this protocol, and another hard fork is coming where users will be able, where it will be easier to integrate with exchanges and wallets, so it will not take syncing time too much, which has been a pretty big issue for various wallets before integrating privacy coins, because they scan the whole blockchain before before users are able to send or receive their assets. So that has been a big bottleneck for wallets and exchanges. But with Hard 6, that won't be an issue, and Xano will be more connected and integrated in more exchanges and wallets. So that's definitely a big plus, and that's how I wanted to, let you guys know about the issues with public blockchains and why private blockchains is necessary. It's not an option; it's a necessity in today's world, and people should be aware of why privacy is needed. I hope my today's first episode helped you a bit in understanding why privacy is important, why privacy is a necessity, not an option, and why blockchains like Monero or Xano helps address these issues, and why Xano is superior to other privacy blockchains out there. So yeah, I hope the this clears most of the questions you guys have, and doubts you guys have. And if you guys have any other doubts, please let me know. Just you can post your questions in the tweet in Xano in the Telegram, and also you can speak right now. I'm just checking that option if you guys are able to speak. But yeah, if you want to speak, just let me know. Or if you guys have any questions, just let me know. And we already have two listeners, which is really good. Defi Scribe, which is Asura. Asura has been a great supporter of Xano since the beginning, and he is live on all spaces, and also a big supporter of Xano. His birthday is also coming on July 9th, and let's organize something on that day and celebrate it together, Asura. And we also have another person online. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know, and I will be happy to address them via this X Spaces, or via text on Telegram, or via blogs, or via more videos or more X Spaces. So yeah, I will always be able to help you guys out. Another thing, because Sura is here, and I was going to give a brief update on upcoming campaign. So we are soon going to uh, go ahead with the invite to Telegram, Xano India Telegram campaign, and we have various Indian KOLs in touch, and we are going to collaborate with them. I just need to finalize the details. I hope I will be able to finalize it today and get the contest live tomorrow for roughly 7 to 10 days, and then we can and if you're interested in that, do participate, and we'll be happy to um, give out Xano rewards to each participant, and the more you invite, the better rank you will have in the leaderboard. I am just fixing the structure. I might use Zeely for that, but I'm not too sure on what platform to go for. I'm following up with AI on that. But yeah, let's go with this. Let's go with this campaign, and yeah, that's the alpha. You guys will know beforehand because you joined the space. So yeah, I think I have covered everything I wanted to in this space. So if you want to, if you have any other concerns, please come to my Zano India Telegram, and I will be happy to assist. So yeah, let's also this stream is going live on YouTube too on my channel, and you will be able to see the recording there too. This was the first episode, and many more episodes to come. So kudos to that, and yeah, see you guys very soon. And let's wrap this up and follow up in Telegram. So yeah, let's wrap this up and see you guys very soon. Thank you for joining, and I will see you guys in the next week. Bye bye.